In this video, we'll be going over all of the one-time lore items we can collect in Khaz Algar, and it's worth noting that at the time of making this video, each lore item gives you about 250 reputation with the faction associated with the zone. So, for example, the Ringing Deeps lore items give you reputation with the Assembly of the Deeps, while the Hallowfall lore items gives you reputation with the Hallowfall Arathi. This, however, is different with the lore items in Azj-kahet, since they either give you reputation with the Weavers, the General, or the Vizier. But yeah, other than that, this is true endgame. Welcome to the video. The first zone we'll go over is going to be the Isle of Dorn. We'll want to start all the way down south to find a Watcher of the South located near Freywald Village. We'll find the lore item right on this mountain over these coordinates. The second lore item will be Galan's Edict, which we'll find west from Dornagal and south of the Tranquil Strand. We'll have to swim down and find the lore item at the bottom of the ocean. The next lore item will be the Stone of the Unbound, which we'll find near the bottom of Thunderhead Peak. Over these rock structures, we'll fly down and find the lore item tucked all the way at the back. The fourth item will be the Watcher of the North. We'll find it near Thunderhead Peak next to Dark Azad. We'll find the statue at the top of the mountain. The last item in the Isle of Dorn is going to be the Titan Console. We'll find the lore item by the three shields on this small island. Before we move to the next zone, here's a map for all the lore items in the Isle of Dorn. The next zone we'll move to is the Ringing Deeps, and the first lore item we'll go for is a skull on a sign. Right from the entrance when we come in from Dornagal, we'll make a left and fly up to this corner I'm showing right now. We'll find a lore item right next to this lamppost. The next lore item is going to be the Warning Sign over at the collapsed tunnel. We'll go to the Chittering Den, and near the Shadow Vein extraction site, we'll find this Warning Sign on top of this pile of rocks in sort of the middle of this water current river location. The next lore item is going to be the Kobold Warning Sign, which we'll find by Taylor. On the mountainside, sort of on the pathway, is the sign next to the lamppost. The next lore item is going to be the Wax-Drenched Sign, which we'll find near the caves south of the waterworks. We'll find a cave entrance by the Kah'teht River, and inside the lore item is going to be by the candles covered in wax. The last lore item in the Ringing Deeps is going to be the Submerged Sign, which we'll find by the Living Grotto. Over on these coral reef platforms is the lore item sort of submerged in this green substance. Now here's a map for all the lore items in the Ringing Deep. The next zone we're going to cover is Hallowfall, and the first lore item is the Weathered Tome. As soon as we enter Hallowfall from the Ringing Deep, we'll want to head to the right, and by the end of it will be this fallen NPC with a book to its left. The next lore item will be the Tattered Note, which we'll find by the cliff sides just south of the lights blooming. It'll be somewhat difficult to find at first, so what we'll want to look for is this Nerubian NPC laying on top of this Hallowfall Defender guard. Next to the guard is going to be the Tattered Note. The third lore item is going to be the Scout's Journal, which we'll find at Rumshackle near the center of the zone. We'll find the item underneath this cliff next to this Hallowfall Defender NPC submerged in water. I don't know about you, but I'm noticing a pattern of Hallowfall dead NPCs here. The next lore item is going to be the Captain's Chest, which we'll find off the west side of the coast from the Priory Citadel. We'll want to swim down to find the sunken ship, and near the stern is the half-buried Captain's Chest. The last lore item in the zone is going to be the Worn Down Book, which we'll find west from the Veneration Grounds near the cliffside. It'll be somewhat hard to see, but the item will be near this boulder just before the cliff. Now here's a map of Hallowfall with all of the locations of the lore items. Moving on to the last zone, which is Azj-kahet, the first lore item we'll go for is the Mad Nerubian, which is an NPC found in Pillar Nest Wash. To find it, we'll have to fly near the ceiling until we find this opening platform filled with cobwebs, and we'll find the Mad Nerubian clinging onto the wall, just like Spider-Man. The next lore item will be Kah'teht. It'll be a Nerubian NPC clinging onto the web, looking down, and we'll find them sort of north of Kah'teht by the bottom of this waterfall. This Nerubian is actually quite cute, I'm not going to lie. The third lore item will be the Weathered Shadecaster, and we'll find it on this watchtower over at the Eye of Anub'azal. The fourth lore item will be the Forgotten Shadecaster, and we'll find it on one of the structures sort of webbed to the ceiling. It'll be on the topmost platform near the City of Thread. Now, the last lore item is going to be the Neglected Shadecaster, which we'll find on the back end of the City of Threads. So we want to fly way above the delve entrance for the area, and we'll find the lore item in the back. For the last time, here's a map of Azj-kahet with all of the lore items pinned. But yeah, that's the end of the video. That's every lore item in Khaz Algar.
If you found this information useful, then leave a like and subscribe, and be sure to check out True Endgame's Mount Collector tool to help you in your mount farming journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.